Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. So today we're going to be baking some donuts. That's right, we're going to bake them. I wanted to make some donuts, but not just any old donuts. We're going to make mochi donuts. So to start off, we're going to clean our apron because we didn't realize how dirty it was before we started filming. Then we're going to grab 2 cups of sweet rice flour. And this is important, it needs to be sweet rice flour, not regular rice flour. And the reason is because sweet rice flour is made of shorter grained, more glutinous rice, which will give the donuts the chewiness that mochi is known for. I'm using this Mochico branded sweet rice flour that is off of Amazon. I'll leave the link to it in the description down below. It does come with a pack of 3 though, and you only really need 1 box, so keep that in mind if you do decide to purchase it. Then we're going to need 1 cup of dark brown sugar, 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of kosher salt. And this is going to be the basis of our dry ingredients, which we're going to whisk until homogeneous. And now we're going to assemble what will be our wet ingredients. And if you've cooked long enough in the kitchen, you'll know that things always go missing for some reason and they just disappear, get sucked into a black hole. And apparently so is the case with one of my other mixing bowls. So I'm gonna have to use this big old pot, which you don't really want to do because you can easily scratch the bottom of the pot, but this one's old and I don't care about it, so I'm gonna do it anyways because I can. So for our wet ingredients, you're gonna need 2 ounces of bittersweet chocolate, melted and cooled. You want to make sure that it cools a bit and it's not too hot, or else it's going to cook our eggs when we mix them together. You'll need 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'm using imitation vanilla because I'm too poor to buy the actual vanilla extract. 1 can of full fat coconut milk. The brand doesn't really matter, but you want to make sure that it is full fat. And the way that you could tell if it doesn't say on the label is if you look on the back at the nutrition info. If it says that it has a shit ton of fat, then that's the one you want to grab. We're gonna need 2 eggs and 1/4 cup of unsalted butter, melted and cooled just as the chocolate. Then we're gonna whisk those together into your old pot until they are homogeneous. Now that you got your wet and dry ingredients all mixed together, we're going to combine them. Make sure that you put your dry ingredients into your wet ingredients and not the other way around, and you want to do it gradually, little bit by little bit. If you're broke like me and you don't have a stand mixer, you're going to have to do it by hand. Just be aware that it is going to be an exercise and you're going to have to put some muscle into it. And then finally, we're going to move our batter into a piping bag or a Ziploc bag, like in my case, so that we can pour it into our molds a lot easier and have more control over it. I also got these molds off of Amazon, link in the description down below. It comes with 2 of them, and we're gonna grease them a little bit before we put our batter into it. And I do plan on repurposing these afterwards to make little mini bagels once I figure out how to make little mini bagels. So when you're pouring it into the mold, you wanna generally go around it 2 times. You don't want to fill it all the way to the top because, as you'll see in a bit, it'll overflow a little bit when they grow and they'll come out looking like muffin tops or little UFOs more than donuts. And then you want to give it a little tap to settle the batter in. And now we're going to bake them in an oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit that you had heating up this whole time and you didn't forget to set. And you'll know they're ready when you can do the whole stick a knife through them and it comes out clean. And when you can press on them with a spoon or your finger and they should be able to bounce back with no problem, like so. So I'm going to make 2 different glaze, 1 chocolate and 1 matcha. So for the chocolate, we're going to do 2 ounces of bittersweet chocolate melted and cooled. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of milk, 1.5 cup of powdered sugar sifted, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You want it thick enough so that when you swirl it, it stays for a few seconds, and if not, you can just keep adding more powdered sugar until it does. Then we're going to dunk our little UFO donuts into the glaze and then let them sit for a while so that the glaze hardens. And in the meantime, we're going to prepare our matcha glaze. So for this, you're gonna need half a cup of powdered sugar, sifted, 1.5 teaspoons of matcha powder, and 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk. Same with the chocolate glaze, you wanna make sure that it's thick enough so that when you swirl it, it stays. And you can just keep adding powdered sugar until it does. And that's pretty much it. We finished our donuts, and I gotta say they're very delicious. They're crispy on the outside and they're nice and chewy on the inside. If you've ever eaten mochi ice cream, they have the exact same chewiness and consistency of the ice cream, except they don't have the filling on the inside. But now I'm gonna go and share these with the rest of my family before I eat all of them and go into a diabetic coma. But with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, as it really helps my channel. I'm glad to say that I am back to making more videos after an unexpected break, and a quick shout out to JAB Drone for their comment and giving me that extra little motivational kick that I needed. I have a lot more videos planned that I'm excited to share with you guys, and if that sounds good, remember to subscribe. And if you have any other food that you'd like me to try and make, leave it down in the comments below. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.